welcome back, you guys. You are listening to the Shmee podcast. I am your host, Sam Pellicero, at Sam Pellicero on Instagram. Yeah, guys, I dropped the knot. I am just at Sam Pellicero because I'm me. I don't know how else
I didn't know you dropped it.
Yeah, because I realized that a lot of people thought I was spamming them.
Oh, God.
like, well, it's not Sam Pellicero, so I'm not going to answer that direct message. And I'm like, no, it's me. It's really me. I was like, I don't have enough followers to have a verified badge yet. So I'm dropping the knot, and I just am who I am. And I am back here with the one and only
Jody Taylor.
Yay, Jody!
You already know.
That was Big Frida. All right. So it feels a little weird for me to be doing this because I haven't recorded an episode in over a month.
Yeah.
I've been so busy. October flew by. And while I was away on my little hiatus of filming episodes, I was on a business trip in Copenhagen, which we're going to be talking about today because it ties into the topic of today, which is food, eating healthy, health, and diet, exercise, the whole 9 yards.
All the above.
I chose Jody to talk about this with because she has been someone in my life who has always been an advocate for healthy living. She used to work at a juicery. What would you call that?
Bar.
Juice bar. Yeah. A juicery.
A juicery.
Making it sound so fancy.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Hello, it's me, Ned from the juicery. And she has gone through an amazing, along with Ryan, an amazing weight loss, I guess, journey this past year. You guys really started exercising. You guys joined a gym.
Yeah.
It's so funny because the two of you have always ate pretty healthy.
Yeah.
But it was that missing piece of just staying active and committed to improving your body.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the first thing I want to hear from you is I saved this moment for the podcast because I wanted it to be captured on camera and obviously recorded forever because I wanted to one day maybe if you needed to play it back for yourself.
Yeah.
But I want to hear from you what has been the biggest takeaway from this process, and like when did you start? When did you and Ryan join the gym, and et cetera, et cetera?
Sure. Yeah. So we had hit a point where we both were like, we always ate well for the most part, but we kind of really fell off the wagon, and we weren't eating well. We weren't treating our bodies well. We were, indulging, probably drinking too much. I mean, all of the above. So we both just hit a point where, we're like, we need to do something. And Ryan's mom joined a gym called Critical Mass, where she was like, you guys have to do this challenge. You should do it. I'm not putting any pressure on you, but, it really helped me. So we both were kind of just hit a point where like, yeah, we have to do it because you have to treat your body well, to live a good life.
So true.
So yeah, we started going to Critical Mass, and there was a challenge. It was a 30-day challenge, or 20-something day, 28 day actually. And we, had to send in our kind of food diaries. We had to make sure that we were going to the gym at 4 times a week. And honestly, I mean, it was rough in the beginning, but it's so worth it. We feel so much better. I feel amazing. I feel more confident. And I know it's only the beginning, but it's a step in the right direction.
Oh, I love hearing that.
Yeah, and I mean, we were both active in high school. Yes. Played sports. But, after college and during college, you kind of just fall off. And so it was a really good way to get us back on track and just to feel better. That's all I really wanted, to have more energy.
Yeah.
So that's really, I guess my biggest takeaway from it was just having an overall better, quality of life.
Oh my God, Jode!
Yeah, no, it's been good, and you were always so supportive. So
of course,
we looked up to you. You're. Oh, are you kidding me? You eat your nutrition. You're always constantly at the gym, like pushing yourself. So you were an inspiration to us as well.
Oh my God,
you went through your own journey.
Yeah. What's so funny is that when you said, you're like the way that I eat. I think it was like a month ago, maybe. I wanted to stop having a coffee at like 3 o'clock because I was having trouble sleeping at night.
Yeah.
But I always drank it then because it was kind of like my pre-workout. And so I started to look into different pre-workouts. I was like, maybe like that will be something that'll help me even to do better at the gym.
Yeah.
And I tried those energy drinks, Bang Energies.
Oh, really?
But so okay, no.
Okay, I've heard some things about those.
Yeah, well, so it's crazy. They've been around since the 90s.
Really?
And that was my reaction.
That's so strange.
I don't think that they became a national brand until recently, because now they're freaking everywhere.
Yeah, they're everywhere. Yeah.
But it was so funny was that I had texted Ryan about how I was like, yeah, I'm trying these Bang Energies, yada, 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 whatever. And Ryan immediately started drilling me with questions. And I was like, so like, I didn't know half the answers. And he goes, the guy who literally researches anything he puts in his body, they're blindly trying these drinks. And I was like, well, it has 0 grams of sugar and blah, 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 blah. And but then when I looked into it, it was they're horrible for you because the creatine that it says it has does like destructive things to your body because it's not real creatine. So your body doesn't know how to process it. It has nothing to do with like, oh, there's too much or too little or there actually is sugar. It was like straight up, the reviews were like, this will destroy your insides out. Like, stop. And it has, I think the caffeine content is like having 4 coffees. Which, yes.
Oh
Let me tell you, I was throwing barbells around at the gym. I was like, I felt like Hercules after he was done making out with Meg and he's over in the fucking Coliseum throwing shit around. I was like, woo, mango peach, bang, hello.
God.
Well,
good. Yeah, now I know. Yeah, but I've never really been into those kind of drinks.
Neither have I.
Yeah,
and I was like,
I used to use the powder.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like a light, like one that had green tea.
Oh, cool. Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Something lighter for one, because I knew, like me personally, I know I'd be shaking if I had too much pre-workout.
And that's what I'm saying is like when I go to the gym, I don't want to be like overstimulated where it's just like, again, that feeling of, oh my God, I'm throwing 50 pounds around like it's nothing.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget was the second day, I was like, well, maybe my body will get more adjusted to it. The second day, no. And I was pumping so much weight that the next day I woke up and my traps were swollen because I was doing a back day and I was just like doing so many workout and so many movements.
You probably could hurt yourself.
Oh, straight up.
You could pull something because you're the caffeine coming.
And
crazy.
Ironic way to segue, it was 3 days before my flight to Copenhagen. So I was like, am I going to be on a plane flight with a stiff neck that I can? Because I couldn't turn it to the right side.
Oh my God.
And I was like, no. I was like, and on a plane going over Europe, a 9-hour I think it was a 8-hour flight. I was like, absolutely not.
No.
And I obviously took care of it and it was fine. And I had my neck pillow and I was golden on the flight.
God, yeah.
But so my trip to Copenhagen is what inspired this episode. Because, plot twist, guys, the food overseas, and I guess just specifically in Denmark, is so much better.
Really?
And then in America. So you know me, I'm dairy free, rarely touch sugar besides gummies. I don't even eat too much fruit. Over there, I was like, I got to indulge. Like there's bakeries on every block, everything's so like, just you got to indulge. Yeah. My stomach was fine. Wow. I had 0 issues. My skin was like impeccable.
Yeah.
I didn't have I couldn't even see a pore on my face.
Crazy.
The air quality there was astounding.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I was going through like this market, and I was like, "What is good with these fruits and vegetables? Like, what is up with them?" They were so much more vibrant and like saturated.
So interesting. I wonder.
Yeah.
Like, why?
I don't know. And the second I got back to America, within 24 hours, I had extreme stomach issues. My face broke out.
I know.
And my hemorrhoids came back. Like. What is going on in America's food?
I know. It's like not good.
No.
And
yeah.
It's crazy. And I think it's just all the chemicals, maybe pesticides. I'm not really sure. And that's something I want to like do some more research into because it's something that affects everybody living here. And
I know.
It's not good.
No. And what I think is so funny too is like you go to a place that you and I shop all the time, Trader Joe's.
Love my Trader Joe's.
I love my Trader Joe's. I saw this meme the other day that it was like, I never read the nutrition facts on anything there because they would never hurt me. And I was like, yes. I was like, yes, they wouldn't. They would never hurt me. But then you read some of the nutrition facts and there's like corn syrup and shit, and they still pump it in there. Yeah. But the fruits and vegetables there, I never have really had a successful shopping trip buying fruits and vegetables from there because they go bad so fast.
They do. And I've heard that from multiple people.
Yeah, but I think it's because it's not touched with anything. We're accustomed to like, oh, this orange will be in my fridge for a year, and then finally I'll get around to it and it'll be fine. Yeah. Like I've seen videos of people who they've had a grapefruit for 8 months.
No.
And they cut it open and it's perfectly fine. And
that's not normal.
that ain't right. That ain't right. But I'm saying like that's God. America. That is the food we're eating.
Yeah. Yeah. It's scary.
Yeah. And like me, the second I think about a cow, my stomach's like, ugh. Over in Copenhagen, I was eating dairy left and right and I felt fine.
Oh, that's crazy.
Something's up.
Yeah.
They're killing us. Conspiracy
theories. Yeah. Food and Drug administrations.
I mean, straight up. But so, going back to working at, I almost called it the juicery again. I don't know why. It just makes it sound so much more like professional. Like, yeah, like Jody knows how to make a kale ginger smoothie with a flick of mango and
flick of mango.
I don't know what I'm saying.
Well, I probably could if you really wanted me to.
Ooh, you made it sound so sensual. At the Jody at the juicery. Stupid. Anyways, okay. So what I want to know is working in that environment for, what was it, 2 years?
Yeah.
2 years.
Yeah, a little over 2 years even.
Did you feel like you've learned a lot more about nutrition from just working there?
Oh, absolutely. Because we had to be, informed to inform our customers.
Mm-hmm,
we had to know what we were talking about. We had to know, what foods were good for what, so we had to be really informed, and that really helped me kind of eat better and do better. Like Ryan and I have a shake every morning.
You do?
Protein shake, yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's with half banana, blueberries, strawberries, almond milk.
Oh my God.
We use plant protein.
Nice, yes.
From Trader Joe's actually, which is
really?
Really good. It's pea
Oh,
protein.
yes. Yeah, I've seen that.
And we do peanut butter powder.
Oh, the PB2.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that shit.
And then we put spinach in.
Oh my God.
Because you can't taste, and that's a really cool thing. You can't taste
the spinach. Yes,
in the shake. So that's something if people need to get their greens in, do it that way if they don't like. So yeah, like little things like that. The juice bar was awesome. Shout out Freshka Jessica.
Yeah, straight up.
Great. I mean, that was such a good job to have, and I learned a lot.
Yeah. Do you have any stories? Do you have any good stories from there?
Oh God. No, but
no.
We talked about this, I think, on the last podcast.
I don't know.
I'm going to do a little segue, but
no, it's fine.
Sammy worked across the street at the coffee shop from where I worked at the juice bar. And one day I'm looking over and Sam's like painting the door like he eats his French fries and dipping his ketchup in, and I'm like, what the hell is he doing?
Okay, so Ryan and Jody knock me for the way that I eat French fries. Like, okay, so I don't know.
Like he's painting, like.
And I don't know what it is because I don't have it in me. I don't know if I'm this gay or this extra, but I don't have it in me to just do a normal dip and put it in your mouth.
No.
I have to take the fry.
It's so extra.
It's so extra. And I do one, I don't know, a flick and then another flick and a flick.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, good, yeah. And I do it again. I play with, it's almost as if I'm playing with the ketchup.
Yeah. So I look over, I'm at Freshika's working on a Saturday morning, and I see him like painting the door like he does with his French fries, and I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, I need to get this on video right now.
And you did.
And I did. And I got him on video. So actually it came up
on Snapchat memories recently. Yeah.
So funny.
That was amazing.
Yeah, but no, not really. What's his name was a customer. I wasn't working there anymore though.
Jon Stewart, Bruce Springsteen. No, he's not. A lot of you. That name is not on the podcast.
I know you are. Okay, I know.
Because he is my nemesis.
Oh, get out of here. Anyway, a famous person popped in that lived near the area.
He actually one time came into the coffee shop, and I wasn't working that day, and it was like a snowstorm blizzard. And he like still like he was like one of those people that came in. I was like, you're that kind of an asshole.
That person.
You're
that
asshole.
In when
it's a fucking blizzard, and yet like we're not allowed to close because we're like customer relief services or whatever the fuck we're supposed to be called. You know, like we're relieving them in their time of need. I'm like, I'm a human too.
I know. I had to do the same thing. I actually, because you know we used to put the sign out.
Oh my god, yes.
It was freaking icy, and I slipped on the stairs. I was like, I started crying.
Oh my god,
it was so embarrassing. Yeah.
Did you fall like?
It hurt. Yeah, I was. Yeah, it was so bad.
Like, Jess, my butt is bruised. I'm going home.
Literally, I know. I wanted to so bad. I was like, suck it up, Jody.
Oh my god, I forgot. Remember when I modeled for the juice bar?
Oh, you did?
I forgot about that. Yeah. Photos here. And I was pissed, and I can say this now, that she didn't like give me any sort of like, free smoothies for like the month or whatever. Straight up, like I was the face of Freshicas for like a hot minute. And all she gave me were like the 2 drinks I was drinking during the shoots. And I was like,
I don't know.
You cheap motherfucker, bitch. No,
I know. Overall, she was definitely a good boss.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she's great. Yeah. And
I learned so much from it. And now I can make shakes and juices.
You make it shake, make it shake, make it shake. Make it shake, make it shake, make it shake.
Yaka.
That was perfect. Hi, Big Frida. Since we can't get you on the podcast, we'll just have you.
Big Frida.
Oh my god, if she was. I've been manifesting that for months. Big Frida, we want you on Shmee. Like literally, like you. In that seat. Come on. Anyways, back to food. So another thing that I wanted to talk about today was the fact that, you know, coming back to America, and I was like, oh wow, our food really sucks here. Yeah. I was watching, have you ever seen the documentary Super Size Me?
Yes, I watched it
probably in school,
right?
A
long time ago.
Well, so he came out with a sequel called like, you know, Super Size Me 2. And this time around, he went into the whole point of the sequel was he was going to create his own like Popeyes in a way. So it was like just chicken, you know, and the whole thing was about you doing just chicken. And it wasn't at all supposed to be like exposing the chicken, I guess the poultry industry, because obviously we all kind of already know like what it's like. Yeah. So that would have been redundant. But what he did was like, how can I create a chicken fast food restaurant where you know literally everything about this meal, like from where it is, real pictures of the place, and yada, yada, yada. I now, after watching that, don't want to eat chicken anymore. Yeah. And it has nothing to do with the fact that, you know, obviously they're all cooped up, no pun intended. Like obviously, you know, they're raised to be slaughtered, and that, you know, that morality means like, oh no, not the chicken, even though I fucking hate birds. And I'm like, that's why I've always settled with eating poultry. Mm-hmm. I'm like, fuck the birds. Birds, fuck you. Can you imagine the birds at home? What do you say about me? Anyways,
I hate birds too.
Big Bird. What the fuck? Snuffleupagus, let's go get him. But I'm imaginary. Anyways, I'm like off on a tangent. I'm gonna heat it over birds. Which, side note, fucked up. Shout out to my stepdad. You ever see the Alfred Hitchcock?
Birds. I've never seen it. But...
Well, the opening sequence, this kid gets attacked by birds, and Mike, that was I told you guys that, like how horrifying. My stepdad got attacked by birds as a kid. Birds are evil. Mm-hmm. Okay. So point is, what was jarring to me about this documentary, and this is going to be like the Professor Pellicero is in the house. The FDA. Right? Is that what it is? The FDA?
Yeah.
Yes. So when you read something that says free range chicken, plot twist. That bird is not up in the field, cluck, 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 dropping an egg. Ryan's laughing in the corner. Dropping an egg and is like, oh, is it time for me to go? Okay. Whoosh. No. Free range means the chickens have the option upon them themselves to go outside if they pleased. But these chickens that we eat are raised and are bred to grow extremely fast and extremely fat.
Yeah.
They don't even have time to fully get covered with their feathers before it's time for them to whoosh, because that's how fast they grow.
Oh my
From
God.
coming out of the egg till death, 6 weeks. That's
insane.
it. And free range.
God, that's making me not want to eat.
Here we go. Ready for free range? Let's say we have a giant chicken coop, right? If you just put a little bit of fencing that allows them to literally leave the coop and take like 3 steps out of it and just get hit by sunlight, that's free range. Because you're allowing them to like leave the coop.
And that's what's in the...
Yeah. And
Wow.
he's like, okay, free range. Like,
That's
what?
crazy. Yeah.
And what broke my heart was, even though I hate birds, they get so fat so fast that when he's picking them up, he's like, why don't they have feathers on the bellies? He goes, oh, because they don't move.
Ugh.
They're so fat, they'll take a step
can't
and
even
they're too
move.
heavy, and usually they die of heart attacks.
Oh, jeez.
Isn't that fucking insane?
Yeah, I don't like that.
No. So
And
I'm...
that's so hard too,
I know.
because one of the things that I do eat that's healthier for protein is chicken.
I know, but that's what's killing me.
Yeah, I mean, that's like, I feel like most people know what they need to do to eat healthy, but chicken,
I
that's what I
know.
rely on for my protein,
Me
for a
too.
healthy protein.
I know.
So
But
it's
One thing my
tough.
stepmom told me that keeps me like, okay, I can keep eating this, is when I was visiting them in Michigan, we were going fishing. We don't want to waste full-size worms in case like the fish just bites it and goes away. So we break them in half. And like that feeling of breaking the worm in half, I'm like, oh. She goes, Sam, think about it. Worms are just reincarnated pedophiles. And so it helped. It helped me be like, fuck you, pedophile, and I'll break the worm in half and like feed it to the fish.
Oh my.
So, Uncle Joe, you're now a worm. But so now I look at chickens like Jerry Epstein. Oh no, you came back as a chicken. I'm gonna fucking eat your... Or Jeff Epstein. Jeff. Who's Jerry? Oh, that's the twin who's gonna come out and then show up at the verdict, and he's like, I'm a twin. I own the island. Jeff Epstein comes back as a chicken, and I'm just gonna eat him, and we're gonna call it a day.
You're gonna. I heard that.
It's not like so screwed up now. Like that's my mentality of like how I'm gonna eat, like be a barbarian.
I feel like, yeah, but sometimes you just gotta do what you have to do. I don't know.
Quote of the day.
Do
what you gotta do. Okay, we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Go down.
And we're back. Alrighty. So, one of the things I want to share I'll pretend it ties in with food, because it's like plain food. So on my trip to Copenhagen, I made sure to check the vegetarian option or the vegan option, because that's when you buy like life hack. If you choose that option, they give you the best fucking food.
What do you mean, on the plane?
On the plane.
Oh.
That meal is like bomb.com. It's always because it's like rare, and it's like always like good vegetables and stuff like that, with like the I almost said the human food. I'm not a human, I'm a vegan. The regular meal is always like pasta and like, there's like a whole bunch of carbs. So when I went to London last year, I did the vegan or the vegetarian meal, and it was like the bomb.com. And this time around, I was like, ooh, yes. But I didn't fly United. I flowed. Oh my God. I flew Scandinavian Airlines. And they're a United partner, but they're not United. So I was expecting that like amazing, the whole... Do you want to know what my fucking breakfast was?
Oh no.
You're gonna like again.
You're good.
This was the vegan breakfast.
It's vegan. Okay.
Are you ready for this shit?
Oh no.
So it was a sandwich, okay? But guess what was between those buns? Raw, uncooked slices of butternut squash and zucchini. That was it. That was it. No sauce, no oil. It was bread and raw.
Are they
like,
kidding?
I was like,
Really? They really serve that?
I was like, this is a meme. Like, I'm living a meme right now. It's like, what? Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then what was so funny was like everything else was so like extra when it came to like vegan. Like the pudding was like coconut oil or coconut milk pudding. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
And then the butter was like sunflower oil butter. I'm like, but the fucking sandwich is just raw.
Yeah.
Not even grilled, like not a grilled vegetable
Nothing.
sandwich. Literally, it was just like they had a
Oh my
zucchini in the
God.
back. Like, okay, here you go. But what was a little annoying
Low
though.
key, I feel like they just threw it together. Like they were like, "Fuck, somebody wants vegan."
Yes, seriously.
It's not good.
Like, Stacey, you got the fucking bread. Was they give it to you before everyone else, which is awesome. So you have to wait for it,
Yeah.
but you have no option but to take it.
Yeah.
Like I can't, and my your name's on it. Like they come to your seat, and like I was, you know me, I love sleeping on planes.
Yeah.
And so I put my headphones in, and my deluxe neck pillow,
Oh,
and
fancy.
I'm out. And so they're like,
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
I'm like trying to pretend, like I'm trying to pretend that I'm like in like sleep paralysis, like I can't move. And I'm like, yeah, it's like here's your food. I'm like, thanks. And then it was so funny was that on the way back, it was the same thing. Like the dinner,
That is so...
the dinner was just the roll with the fucking raw vegetables.
Oh,
I
God.
was like, what is good?
Like,
Scandinavia.
What is this?
Yeah.
Oh.
But I did want to share the funny thing about the plane flight was the way there, the whole flight was almost empty. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to fly overseas and have all the seats to myself.
Oh, no.
The last person on the plane.
Oh.
She's like,
This
that's my
bitch.
seat. I'm like, fuck, take the empty one right there.
Yeah,
like, come
right?
on. Yeah,
Ugh.
she didn't. And then when she went to take her little nap, guess where she wanted to take it?
Oh, God.
She
Right.
turned her entire body. So YouTube exclusive. Okay, so let's say you're me and you're sitting whatever, and all of a sudden, you know, we're in our seats, right? And all of a sudden, she's like, it's time for me to go to sleep. She turns her entire body. I'm like trying to talk to the mic as I'm doing this. Her entire body. So her back is to me, and her head's like this. And so her fucking hair and all of her,
all up in your...
all of my face. And I'm like, what, how is that comfortable for you to sleep like that? And I think because she didn't have a neck pillow, so her goal was to be able to turn her body like that so that she could rest her head on her seat, which is probably dirty as putting your skin
don't even-
against that seat. Hell no. And so I'm sitting like, are you, this old
This
bitch comes on the plane last, sits in the seat next to me when there's a plethora of open one, and then contorts her body like there's a fucking Circus Soleil deciding like a nap when we go to Copenhagen. Are you kidding me? Yeah.
Oh, God.
Good times.
Good shit.
Fast times on
God.
Scandinavian Airlines.
Yeah, planes. Mm.
Do you have any plane stories?
You have some good ones.
No, but do you?
No, not really.
What? All the traveling you do?
I know.
What the?
What
Ryan, is she telling the
am I
truth?
lying?
Phone a friend. Does Ryan have any? Does it run
No,
in?
but you did have your first experience on a smaller plane the other day.
Oh God, actually, I was
You don't like small
really-
planes?
Yeah, it was like 2 seats and then one
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
other side.
yeah. You're like, we're going down.
Oh my God, it was so loud the whole fucking time, and I was like, "We're going down. We're going down."
Yeah.
I was where I was.
You're going down.
I was like, I need a drink
Wait, but why was it a small plane?
because I don't know, not to Knoxville.
So
It's-
from Newark to Knoxville was a small plane. Interesting. Because isn't that the same distance that like Ryan and I would have gone to New Orleans?
yeah, around right? No, how
Yeah,
long
but I
is
took a
it?
big plane when I did it. Like it depends.
Yeah.
Weird.
Anyway, oh my God, I was
'Cause I flew out the
was
same day, but we were on a big plane.
freaking out.
Oh.
I didn't eat. See, this is a bad thing. You gotta eat in order to function and be a human, because
Yeah.
I didn't have time to eat that whole day beforehand, and I was like such a miserable person.
No, Joe.
Yeah, and it's like not good. I ate that little stupid wafer they give you.
Yes,
like,
yes.
Which is really banging, but not good, not good for you. I was like, get it.
Oh my God, are you okay? It's coming up. The wafer's coming back up.
I'm having PTSD.
Oh my God.
No, yeah. So, yeah.
Which, okay, so that made me think about, because you said the wafer, and then I was like, oh, well, that's so funny, because usually when I fly, I get like a kashi granola bar, you know?
Oh, wait,
well,
really?
But so then I
What?
realized it's because for work I fly business class, and I'll never fucking forget. Okay, good segue. Is this all happened on my flight to Anaheim back in May. And I also love how like our episodes gone from food to fucking planes, but it's
I
fine.
know.
Whatever. Was they were passing out the kashi bars, and I guess there was a new flight attendant on the plane that day, along with the others that are on there. And I mean, she was just passing them out. I guess she was giving them to people that weren't supposed to have them.
Oh, no.
Because plot twist, I guess only like the business class got the kashi bar and everyone else gets the wafer.
Yeah.
And I literally witnessed her getting scolded.
Oh.
And she's like, go get them. She's like, I'm not taking them back from people.
Yeah.
She goes, no. She's like, well, no, for next time, only business class gets the kashi bar. I was like, you're acting like this is like some luxury item. My salted caramel crisp kashi bar.
Although I think Kashi's a pretty good brand.
No, it is. It is. I thought that was just funny how they're like,
Yeah.
only the
Only the
business
business
class.
class.
The peasants in the back, fuck them. They lick the skin off their hands for all I care. Like, stupid, like.
I know.
And they don't get clean tray tables either. We haven't cleaned those tray tables since 1997.
Ew.
But
Oh.
that was the infamous "May I speak to your manager" story.
Oh.
That was the same
God,
flight.
that was that one.
And I talk about this I referenced this on
Jeez.
episode 1, so I guess
Yeah.
21, might as well do it 20 episodes later.
Yeah.
Was I was sitting in a 3-seater and I was in the aisle because I love the aisle seat. And I'm not being sarcastic. I love the aisle seat. And it was myself, woman 1 and then woman 2. The second I got on the plane, woman 2 was, who was in the window seat, was on her phone, chit-chatting away, whatever. What a lot of people talk on the phone before they take off. I might die. I love you. Bye. And so that's Jody last week. Ryan, I'm with you, but I might die. I love
literally
you. Bye.
texted him that.
No, you did not.
I was like, I'm freaking out. I might die. Okay, bye.
The people at fucking Verizon are like, oh my God, is that plane gonna go down? Or no, sorry, the NSA, because I read our text messages. Anyways, hi ex-boyfriend. And so the woman is chit-chatting, and like then they start to they close the door. She's still chit-chatting. And I come to find out she's a lawyer because she's like talking about stuff. And I'm like, oh no, she's one of those lawyers who has to let you know she's a lawyer because she knows she probably gets into a lot of situations where she goes, I'm a lawyer.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So and then she's on the phone and the attendants are going through, they're closing all the doors, or on all of the carry-on luggage compartments, still on the phone. The fucking welcome to United video, still on the phone. I'm like, you're going to kill all of us because you're gonna be that person whose phone is on. Yeah, exactly. And so they eventually come around like, ma'am, you have to. I was like, okay, yeah, 1 second. I was like,
oh,
they 1 seconded the flight attendant. We're on the tarmac.
Here we go.
And so then eventually she's like, I have to go. You do, but you do have to go.
Yeah.
We're about to be in space where there is no signal, so you have to go. So I love how I said space. As I went to the moon. And so then we are in flight and she knocks out. I was like, thank God she's one of those. Like, thank God she wears herself out by talking so much. And then she knocked out. And, our meals came around. And she knocks out, her trash is on her tray table. She's dead asleep. And that flight was probably about 5.5 hours, from here to California. And she's asleep for most of it. And so then she wakes up and she's just like, what the fuck? And I was like, oh, bitch. And I'm over watching RuPaul's Drag Race, minding my business. And she's just like, chit-chat. And my Beats are like basically noise canceling. So I can't hear anything. And I'm getting distracted.
Yeah.
And one male flight attendant comes over. She's chit-chatting. He's chit-chatting. She starts to get kind of heated. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to pause this real quick because this sounds like it's getting good. And so all of a sudden, once I pause it, I hear, and there has been trash on my tray table for hours. You abandoned me. You left me and my tray table with trash on it. Is how you treat your guests.
Oh
I was like,
God.
are we in a hotel? What?
Yeah.
And also abandoned. I'm sorry. Did you get
Abandoned.
left at a bus stop as a child? And so then all of a sudden there was like all this like just debacle over the fact that like they never once came over to wake her up to take her tray, her garbage out. I was like, are you kidding me? She's like, I've been stuck here. I had to go to the bathroom. And me and the girl were like, no, you've had no movement. You've been dead asleep. Like, what are you talking about? And then another flight attendant comes over trying to defuse the situation. And to the Shmee family, guys, literally, she said, and I quote, "May I speak to the manager of the plane?" And the flight attendant goes, "There's no manager." She's like, "Well, can we talk somewhere private?"
Private.
And then the flight attendant looks up, looks down, and she goes, "Ma'am, you're on a fucking plane. Like, what?" So then we all have to get up. She gets up. They go all the way to the front of the plane. They're dealing. She's pointing. Blah, 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 blah. I hear the word, "I want points." But I'm like, you are such a scam artist. I hear I'm a lawyer. I'm like, there it is. There it is. And she eventually comes back. She gets settled and she turns to us. She goes, "I'm really sorry about all of that." And then she just puts her little headphones in and knocks back out for us to flight.
Psycho.
I was like, manager of the plane.
Manager of the plane. Where? Where?
Also just like, what? And she literally was like, she flat out said, "I want your badge numbers." Like, we're flight attendants. We're not policemen.
Yeah.
Like, she was like, "I want badge numbers. I want to know who's your super." I was like, you are insane.
People are nuts.
Yeah.
Fucking
And me over there like eating my kashi bar, my business class kashi bar. Stupid.
Oh God.
Anyway, back to food.
Back to food.
You wanted to talk about running.
Oh, I did. No, because I kind of like I scooted over the whole fitness like part of everything. I feel like I didn't really get into it.
Yeah,
like,
get
a
into it,
little
girl.
bit.
Let's get into
Yeah.
it.
So no, I used to love running growing up, and I ran track.
You did?
Yeah.
I thought you were just
when I
lacrosse.
was no, not in high school. Sorry. When I was younger, when I was in like elementary school.
Oh shit.
In
Okay.
middle school. So yeah, I used to love it, and like I just kind of got out of shape, and I just lost it, and I was like, I want to get back into it.
It's not hard. It's not easy to get back into it.
No, it's not easy, but it's been the point of my story is anything that, you know, even if it's just walking to just get yourself like more energized, you know, even if you can't do the run, you know, just, you know, motivate yourself. You can do it. And because we did it and we got back into it. So anybody can do it. But I don't know if we told you, we're doing a Santa run.
Oh, the one that goes from here to Asbury Park or whatever. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm going to be at the finish line rooting for you guys then. Yes. Because I don't like running, so I'm not joining. Don't ask me. Oh my God.
So like, I think things like that are good ways to help you, you know, motivate yourself and kind of get back into it. Because now I'm like, all right, I have to start running outside. I have to start, you know, doing, because I've done the treadmill and I like, the treadmill's okay. But I was like, all right, motivating myself.
It's true, because outdoor running is so different.
It's so different. So, but yeah, I don't know. I felt like I wanted to touch it a little on it a little bit.
Wait, when's the run?
December 7th.
Amazing. Ooh, 7.
Ew! I can't.
God, I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
I can't.
It's infiltrated our lives.
I can't.
That's awesome. I hate, and that's funny because I'm good at running, and I hate it's just boring.
Yeah. See, that's the other thing. It's like you got to find what works for you.
Yeah.
Everybody's different. You just got to
mhm.
find what your niche is and what makes you happy, what
True.
type of working out, whatever method it is that
Mhm.
makes you feel good and makes you feel happy. Like
Mhm.
it's everybody's different. So
True. Well, so one of my favorite YouTubers, Mark Miller, he made a video, I think like 2-3 weeks ago. And the premise of that video was all about, he's been jacked like forever, and he's
Yeah.
always been like so in shape.
yeah,
And he had to address like, it may look like this is easy.
it's not.
It's not easy.
It's
And
not. It don't-
he's like,
yeah.
he's like, I hate cardio, but I find ways to make it work for me.
Absolutely.
He was the same thing. Like, I don't like running. So he goes, so I do other things for my
For
cardio.
cardio. Yep.
Like, you don't have to watch all these people on Instagram and follow their like ridiculous workout regimens and like, oh, I have to do that to look like that. No.
No.
Your body doesn't need to do that movement to get that muscle. Like, there's different ways for different things to happen.
ways,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But what's so interesting is that lately at the gym, I let myself, I'm not gonna say let myself go in the way of like let myself go. I let myself get a little more lenient with being so disciplined
yeah.
because I realized I hit a plateau again
Yeah.
because I've been just like, like I had, this day, that day. I know exactly what I'm doing. I go and I do this, I do that. And I started incorporating machines back into my workouts and not just doing free weights.
Good.
But what's so interesting is that I forgot about the whole idea of like it shocking your body.
Yeah.
And today, my chest feels fuller than it has in months by me
Wow.
just adding different workouts into my chest
Isn't that
workout I did
crazy?
yesterday.
Yeah.
Because the human body's wild.
It is. It is.
And-
it's something I feel like we'll never get a hold of. We'll never.
No,
fully-
never,
yeah.
never. And one thing that I've always kept in my head is the whole idea of literal muscle memory is if you keep doing something, your body's going to understand what you're doing. So it's going to react differently and it's going to adapt to that. So that's how muscle grows, is like you're tearing the muscle. So, it's understanding like, oh, that wasn't an accident.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it was like, oh my God, she ran. Oh, just kidding. It's like, oh, she's into this. Let's go with this.
Yeah.
And that's why, and then you'll lose weight in the whole 9 yards.
Mhm.
That's why the keto diet works the certain way for people.
Yeah.
Is because once their body gets into ketosis, it's like, oh, this isn't like a shock to our system anymore. Let's work with this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's all about that. It's all about getting into a routine.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm impressed.
Absolutely.
Guys, shout out to the two people in this room, Ryan and Jody. I am impressed that they have the oomph in them to wake up so goddamn early in the morning to
Yeah.
go to the gym, or even Jody to work out while she's at work. Sometimes forgetting she has a meeting and she's on the treadmill and they're like, oh, where are you?
That
and
was
she's like, oh.
so embarrassing.
That's my favorite story about your
Oh
work.
my God.
Yeah, can you share it for the people really quick?
Because it's hard. It is very, very difficult to get up in the morning. But once we're at the gym in the morning, it's great.
Mhm,
It's
mhm.
the process of getting there. So sometimes if I don't go to the gym that we go to by home, I'll go during my lunch. And me, my idiot self, did not check my calendar at work. And I went to go work out and I ran and I sweat because I don't see customers at work. So I just am like, screw it. I'm going to go work out because I want this. And it's going to make me feel good. I don't really care. I know I'm going to be red, sweaty after it. And I don't shower. I know that might be disgusting to people, but I don't have time to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was on the treadmill, beat red, sweaty. I get a text from my coworker. Where are you? We're at the meeting. And I'm like, oh, fuck. We have a meeting right now. And it was with my new manager. It was my first meeting with my new manager. And I was like, motherfucker. So I jump up. I'm like mid-sprint, mind you, on the treadmill. And I run off. I'm throwing my clothes back on. I'm literally dripping running into this meeting.
This is the best.
And I'm breathing like and I'm like, fuck, thank God I'm not so close to my manager right now. He's across the room. I'm sitting next to my coworker Joe. I'm like, fuck me.
Yeah.
So embarrassing.
I love
But I got a workout in.
Talk about commitment.
Commitment.
But your heart rate was even faster after you got back.
Well, that's the thing too. Sometimes I'm nervous, and so my sweat will not stop. I'm sweating even more because I'm so nervous because I'm like, I look like an asshole right now.
Yeah.
So, and I'm like running into the meeting, fucking hot mess.
Hilarious.
But we got the workout in.
Woo! All right, let's take one more quick break, and we'll be right back to close up the episode. I love how that's like the now welcome back. We didn't know how to close out the episode, and before I was like, what if I just ended it there? Like we're right back, and all of a sudden the outro music boom, whoosh, boom, boom. People would be like, what?
Happy Halloween, y'all.
Oh yeah, we're recording this on Halloween. What's so funny is that normally I have all these episodes backlogged for months, so the things I talk about half of them are irrelevant, normally I'd be like, oh, Trump's our president, and then next week it's like, oh, he was impeached, he's not our president anymore. And that was what I wanted to talk about. So let me tell you guys this, okay? So going overseas when you're an American, literally, I kid you not, anytime someone, by the way, I'm white as fuck, blonde hair, blue eyes, white, I fit in over there. Yeah. Clearly, people thought I was one of them. I would go over there and people would start speaking Danish to me, off the bat, off the street, and I'd be like, no, I don't speak Danish. I'm actually from America. And then
Did you know any words?
No. And what was so funny was that most of the time, people that we had to work with over there for work, when they would, hear that we're American, they would start to be like, oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah. They pity us.
Shit.
And there was a travel warning in the airport for traveling to America because of gun violence. It's there was all these warnings, if going through customs, you're traveling to a country where your life could be in danger. That's what you hear about when you go to a third world country.
Yeah, what?
That's what the rest of the world now sees us as. All these, travel warnings.
That's crazy.
There's high gun violence, yada, yada, yada. Be careful going to America. What?
Yeah, what?
What?
It's insane.
Yeah. And I also found out that starting, I think, in 2021, you'll need a passport to even fly domestically.
Oh yeah, you need that stupid star on your thing.
Yeah.
On your, or you need
the license or something like that. Yeah,
on
yeah.
your license, you need the.
And they're all like, "Oh, because it'll make things
why
safer." Or
ugh, dumb.
I'm like, "Why? Because clones?
Yeah.
Because
oh my god,
you gotta make sure it's me."
We watch this show on Netflix.
What?
Living with Yourself.
What? Girl, I can barely do that in real life.
Actually, it's really good. It's with Paul Rudd.
Oh,
yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Is it a movie or a show?
It's a show. It's so good.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of maybe has to tie into being your better self.
On this episode, it's gonna be talking about being your better self. As we're fucking planes and fuck birds. I'm it's my true authentic self, so it's my better self.
Oh, yeah, it happens. We digress. Anyway, it's a good show. Watch it.
Anyway,
I don't want to give anything away.
Yeah, don't. Is it called? What's it called?
Living with Yourself.
Living with Yourself. Okay, yeah.
I got confused because I was like, be yourself.
I'm like, it sounds great. It sounds like an after school special I didn't want to watch. This week on Degrassi.
It's good. Degrassi. Oh my god.
Anyways, on that note, that was today's episode, guys.
That was it.
That was it.
It was a mixture.
But I like it. That was good.
It was good.
Yeah, well, because, we're rounding out. Guys, this is the last 10 episodes of the season.
It's crazy.
And I have a secret project in the works for you guys.
Oh, I can't wait.
That a lot of your favorite Shmee podcast co-host will be appearing on coming at the end of the season. So just wait, guys.
Guys, I have seen mini clips. It is so freaking good. So you gotta watch it when it comes out. January 2020.
Yes, that's all we're gonna say is January 2020.
January 2020.
All right. Well, I am your host, Sam Pellicero, at Sam Pellicero on Instagram and at Shmee Podcast. This was my co-host,
Jody Taylor. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming back, Shmee! And I will see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.